If you've seen part 1 of this video, this is a John Deere La105 from 2009. I bought this from a yard sale for only 50 bucks. It's an almost 8 out of 10 shape. In the first video I managed to get it to start with a jump pack. There was also a 4-year-old battery in it. I was able to bring that back to life and it seems to be holding a charge. I also determined that the engine needs a tune-up and a fuel system service. It needs a new air filter and it has no brakes. The deck will also engage and run. It seems to have a burnout headlight bulb all of a sudden also. The steering is a little bit tight. So on this video I'm going to do the tune-up, I'm going to address the brakes and lubricate the steering and replace the burnout headlight. I'm Big Al Cox, welcome to my shop. Okay, let's start out with an oil drain. We'll turn this cap clockwise, located on the left side at the back of the engine. When that drains, I'll replace it by turning it counterclockwise to make sure it seals in that groove. I'm going to use an oil filter wrench to remove the oil filter. This one is severely out of date. Some oil is going to come out, so be prepared with a rag or a towel. The oil in this machine was black and a little bit thin with a gas smell. Definitely been running rich, as I suspected. Probably got its first James River service. Hopefully the oil was at least changed in that 172 hours on the meter anyways. This fuel filter's done its job. Looks to have been at least replaced with the one that I'm going to put back. On the right side of the tractor at the front of the engine, I will use a 5/8 deep well socket to remove the spark plug. That plug sure determined my rich burning condition. Okay, well I'm going to take a trip to my friendly neighborhood Napa store and let them match up these parts. Only thing they're probably not going to have in the store is the air filter, so my buddies at HIPAAstore.com have me one of those on the way. Okay, I'm back from Napa. I think I have everything I need to complete my tune-up. With the exception of the air filter, that should be here today, hopefully. Okay, I purged my fuel tank and blew it out with some compressed air. I'm replacing this fuel filter with the Napa 3003. This is pretty much the same as the OEM John Deere. Now these filters will have an arrow on the side that indicate the direction the fuel should flow through. Make sure you get that installed correctly. I've also got the correct clamps to install this fuel filter. Okay, this is my fuel line from the gas tank. So logic is going to tell me that the fuel is flowing in this direction. So I want my filter arrow to be in line with the fuel flow. I'm coming out of my tank through my filter, up through the pump, and then I'm coming from the pump to the carburetor. Spark plugs are matched up nicely here, so I'll take my 5/8 deep well socket, spark plug back in. I'll just tighten it up snug in there. No need to be a he-man. Okay, this is my Napa Gold filter. It's 7035. Just take you one of these paint markers and put your date on your oil filter. This one may actually filter something as opposed to this one from over 10 years ago. Dip your finger in some oil and run it around the rubber seal on your oil filter before you install the new one. You don't want to ever over tighten these, just get them nice and snug on there. Hey, that feels pretty good. Okay, I'm ready to do my oil change now. I'm using Napa 10W30 full synthetic. People say, how can you use a full synthetic in a lawnmower? Sure, ain't much difference. They're probably all full synthetics now anyway. But yeah, I'm going to add this in. I think typically these engines hold about 1.5 quarts. So that's 1 quart there. I'm going for the second one here. Rooster is very alive today. He's letting me know. I'm going to pour a little of this in and then I'm going to check the level. This is what the dipstick looks like. It has kind of 2 arrows where you ideally want to get the level. Actually, I think I'm about perfect there. It'll probably go down a little bit whenever the oil goes through the filter, I'm sure, so I'll check it again. Okay, my air filter is right on time from hippastore.com. They have all your John Deere air filter needs there, even if it has a Kawasaki engine. These are good quality filters, or your money back from my buddies at hippastore.com. Making getting this air filter fast and easy. This air filter has 2 parts. There's a pre-filter, then your main element goes like this back in the air box. Then slip the cover box tabs back in the slots and close your latch. Okay, I have here fresh from Smitty's E-Stop on Lexington and Westchester and High Point, North Carolina. Some 90 octane ethanol fuel that all small engines just love you for. First, I'm going to pour in about 1/4 a can or so of this 50-to-1 True fuel. This is mainly all I use in my chainsaws and weed eaters. It's good to add to a fuel tank if an engine's been sitting around for a good while. Okay, this is a cold first start after a tune-up and fuel system purge. Okay, now it's running good, smooth at idle. May take this machine some time to come back around, sort of like a second break-in period. I can already tell about an 80% improvement in the way the engine runs. Awesome. Well, I'll check for any fuel or oil leaks. Since I got this mower so cheap, eventually I can get that good 594593 Briggs carburetor for this engine. That'll really make it sing. I had to come up with $120 first. Now I want to start it up again, engage the deck and see how it runs with at least that much of a load on it. I also want to listen to that deck for any funny noises. Seems to be a big improvement. It's not surging with that deck engaged, even at low speed. I like to engage the deck slowly at a slow engine speed. Not too low, but not full blast. Your belts last longer and pulleys and bearings also. I have no brakes, so I'm going to go on the right side of the tractor to back wheel with a 1/2 inch wrench and tighten the nut right around half a turn counterclockwise. A lot of times that will do it. $179 hours, $50. Looking through my collection now for a headlight bulb. I really don't ever use the headlights on a lawnmower, or very rarely, but if I want to, I want both of them to work. I think I got one here. These bulb holders have tabs and they just twist out counterclockwise. Okay, bulb installed. Both search beams activate. Last but not least, the steering is a little tight. To solve that, there are some little grease zerts at the front on the steering mechanics. Just service both of those cylinders on the right and left sides of the tractor. $50 from a yard sale. What a find. Awesome. So recapping, I have changed the oil and oil filter. I purged the gas tank, fuel line, and changed the fuel filter and put new clamps on it. Also changed the spark plug. I changed the air filter, adjusted the brakes, and lubricated the steering cylinders. This is most certainly a mower I will keep and use for myself. Purging the gas tank and a tune-up and good fuel brought that engine around. And thanks to Napa for the oil filter, fuel filter, and spark plug. And thanks to my buddies at HIPAAstore.com for the air filter on this project. On part 3, I will pull the mower deck, inspect the belt, pulleys, blades, and mechanics. I'll clean it up and lubricate any necessary points and address any rust spots. Until then, I'm Big Al Cox. Let me and others know in the comments section about your experiences with a John Deere La105 lawn tractor. Blessings everyone, from my shop to yours.